Yeah.
They love you.
They love me. They love me today.
There are a lot of days those of us here didn't love you, I'll tell you that. But we're here.
Feeling is mutual.
Well, think about it. I mean, we've talked a lot. You've been here. This is your 40th season. Gamble wasn't built when you arrived. But obviously, you knew this was coming, right? 10,000 people, the greatest fans in the country. I mean, they didn't want to charge fans when Gamble first opened because they didn't think people would come, right? Look what you guys have built.
Yeah.
What does 1,000, knowing all of that, can you put into words for us what 1,217 means?
I was asked earlier how to explain it. How to explain, all these 40 years and everything that went into the 40 years. And it's not possible, obviously, in a short period of time to go over all the things that went into having this happen. We never sat down and said, hey, let's make a plan, let's make a 40-year plan, and let's see if we can make this happen. Like Dee said, and Sue said, and Maya said, it's about just coming here every day and trying to be better than we were yesterday. And the frustrations that go along with that, the fun things that go along with that, when you see players get better, when you see them do things that they didn't think they could do, when you see them cut down a net because they just won a national championship. It's the things that they ended up getting when they came here that made it worthwhile to keep staying here. And the more that we stayed, the more they came, the more they accomplished, the more we wanted to stay. And the more we stayed, the more people came. So the best way to explain it is there's probably, I don't know how many, if there's 62, 63, 64, however many there are here, plus who's that are not here. There's 100 and, how many players did we say we had? 100, whatever that number is, 150, 160, 100. So there's really 160 stories that could explain how this all happened. And each player that played here has their own story. Some of it's a nightmare. Some of it's a fairy tale, right? Because you can't draw up Stewie and Tuck and Mariah and that whole team. You can't draw up that story because that is a fairy tale. To go to college, play 4 years, and win 4 national championships. That doesn't happen. But what also is a fairy tale is those kids that came here as walk-ons and just wanted to be part of it. And yet they were treated just like they were the National Player of the Year coming out of high school. They were treated with the same level of respect as the best player in the country was. And then eventually they got a scholarship, and then they graduated and went on to do great things. And for those players, it truly was a fairy tale come true because they were never recruited, they were never thought of as playing at this level, and yet we gave them that opportunity, and then they gave us that sense of this is what you're doing in people's lives, and no amount of championships and no amount of numbers or awards or anything like that can take the place of the lives that we've impacted, that they've allowed us to impact. That, to me, is the strongest part. Is I know CD alluded to it. We've impacted 100 and some lives. Some great, some a little, and some a tiny bit. But we did have an impact on every single one. But they all had an impact on us. Some a little, some a little more, and some great. But when it's over, whenever it is, whenever this is all over, what we'll remember is tonight will remember this. And I'll remember each and every one of my players that I've ever coached. I'll remember them when they were 17 and the look in their eyes of, Coach, can you help me do this? And I said, I don't know, I think I can, but we'll see. And now we look back 40 years later, and I would say, I don't know how much I helped them get what they wanted, but they helped me get everything I wanted. So thank you. The unsung heroes that are all here, that work in our office, that all through the years, Sarah's been with us since 1995. And so many other people have had a hand in all this. And my family's here for the first time, all that's left, all of them together over there. So you got Kathy's over there, and Christian and Andrew and Luke, my grandkids, and Todd, my son-in-law, and Jenna, and Alyssa, and Michael, my son, Caitlin, his wife, Gia, their daughter, my brother, Fruge, and Donato, and Nikki, and one of our practice players, Nicholas. Alyssa's here, Michael's here. So, my family's grown up here, and CD and I have grown up here, and you all have made it incredibly special. There was a time, CD was right, when we had to bribe students to come to the games. We encouraged them to come, and we were thrilled when they came, because for these kids that played, they're your teammates. You go to class with them. They know you. You know them, and they represent you even more than they represent these fans that come and watch us. You are Connecticut. You are the University of Connecticut. And that's what I was a little disappointed because the guys that had those, I was a little disappointed because I thought you would streak along this red carpet. It would be all over ESPN. Right? Do it! So this is the end of the show. Who? What are we doing?
And finally, from one goat to another, congratulations on becoming the all-time winningest coach in D1 college basketball, Geno Auriemma.
You know, just so you know, there's an old wives' tale that whenever you do this with animals, especially goats, if this goat takes a dump on this carpet, we're going to win a national championship.